For some time now, Andrew Tate has been held by Romanian authorities under allegations of sex trafficking, rape, a number of different criminal allegations, not necessarily individually against him, but some against him and some against his associates. And I'm sure that that's gotta hurt him, considering his high profile, regrettably, as well as the fact that this came about at the tail end of an incredibly embarrassing set of interactions with Greta Thunberg. But as much as that hurt, I'm not sure it'll hurt as much as this. His Bugatti and 10 of his other luxury cars have been seized by the authorities. So now he doesn't even have anything to lord over Greta. Poor guy. Anyway, they seized the car collection estimated to be worth over 5 million euros, as well as a number of buildings, including one where the brothers lived and allegedly held 6 young women. Apparently, they are now going to be held, 4 suspects, including Tate, for 30 days after a judge lengthened their initial detention period of 24 hours. The decision was not final, and the subjects have the right to appeal. So, don't lose the fact that they could potentially be out at any given time. But right now, this looks more serious. If in addition to being held, it gets lengthened, property is actually being seized, Farron. It looks like this thing is developing fast.
Yeah, if you come for Greta, you best not miss. I think that's the big lesson here. But listen, this week, I actually had the opportunity to speak with somebody who is a human trafficking survivor. She's now an attorney and advocate working on behalf of human trafficking victims and survivors. And one of the things we talked about was the recruiting methods that these traffickers use. And trafficking, by the way, doesn't necessarily mean like the movie Taken. A lot of it happens within the home. A lot of it happens in relationships. A lot of it is unhoused people that kind of get sucked into this. But what we've learned about Andrew Tate, mostly from what he has openly admitted over the years, is identical to what human traffickers do. This whole lover boy scam. Basically, they psychologically manipulate these women. They can be physically abusive. They're always verbally abusive, sometimes sexually abusive. And that's one of the things that this woman I spoke to talked about, was the fact that if you take somebody that has been abused, whether sexually or even just physically repeatedly, and you can threaten them and you can say, listen, you've been through these horrendous situations before. I don't want to have to put you through that again. So instead, go work on this webcam thing for me. Let's go make money over here. And that, of course, was one of the businesses, I guess you would call it, that the Tates had been running. So it's horrifying to read these stories about Tate. Because again, I've worked very closely with this individual for quite some time now, and I've heard the stories. I've talked to other victims. And it's just, it's textbook. It is textbook of what these traffickers do.
Yeah, I think you're 100% right. It is just the entire every bit of it is disgusting. We get a little bit of, I guess, Schadenfreude out of Greta making him look ridiculous, but only because in comparison to how dark the entire thing is. Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.